Alright, Fluffy, since you're so boisterous and loud this morning, this should be easy. We play the Capitals tonight. Our entire playoff line hangs in the line. By number of barks, how many points are we getting tonight? Go. That was like a bark and a whine. What is that? Does that mean we lose in overtime? That's not acceptable. Try it again. How many points are we getting tonight? Go. Hey. You're going to get sent down to the minors. You want to go to the AHL with Spencer? Give me 2 barks now. Damn it. I don't like you anymore.
You ready? Here we go. It did it. I don't believe it. Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go.
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go. All right. We got the Capitals tonight in just about the biggest game that this team has had since I think Game 6 last year against the Capitals, right? You know, not saying nothing about round 2, but Game 6 was ridiculously important. We pulled it off, and tonight, if we win this game in regulation, we will be tied for the 8th seed. Ignore the games in hand. If you guys watched the podcast, you know I've been talking about that a lot. But for tonight, for one night only, as they say, you get the 2 in regulation, and we will be tied. Because I don't think the Islanders play tonight. So I think for at least one night, we could say if the playoffs started right now, the Panthers would be kind of in. Because I think Washington still has a game in hand. But you get the point. The bad news for us is that Sam Bennett is out. Now, they're not expecting him to be out long term. Maurice said it's something that he's already been dealing with, so he kind of knows where he's at with that. All right, so if he has to miss tonight, maybe the Nashville game. Luosterainen's pretty good. It's a little bit of a drop-off there at 2C, not going to lie about that. But Stahl has come in a few times and centered that third line and looked just fine. Colin White draws in at 4C and just get 2 points. All right, it's that time of the year. The main thing here is Bubba's back in net. Mwah. Okay, I expect a big ballsy game from Bubba. Big ballsy game from Bubba. A Bubba ballsy game. Yeah, I like that. That works for me. Okay. Let's go with 4-2 Panthers, right? We're not going to screw around with this. We need to come out. Can't come out the way we have the last few games. Cannot come out in the first 5-10 minutes looking like ass. You have to come out from the beginning, maybe get a nice early goal. Can we stay out of the box? The stick infractions, can we stay out of the box just a little bit? Just a little bit, guys. All right? Conserving the energy. Conserving the energy. This could be a long night, right? We need this. We absolutely have to have this. If we don't win this game, if we lose in regulation, we're 4 points out, and they have a game in hand, and there's just not a lot of games left to be coming back from that. So, gotta get 2. All right, so half of what I asked for. We came out looking good. We've got the lead, 1-0, good to go. Not exactly staying out of the box. All right, we've already had to do. We already had to kill off 2 penalties, and we had our power play where we proceeded to look like absolute ass. The puck movement. We're passing it around, and it's so slow. The puck movement is so slow, I can call it. That's how slow it is. The puck movement is so slow that watching it on TV, I can call it from Ekblad to Montour to Barkov, from Barkov to Ekblad to Montour, from Montour to Ekblad to Reinhardt to Barkov. It's so slow that I can call it. That's not good. Okay? I should not be able to say the player's name who's going to receive the puck sooner than when they receive the puck. It should be after, but it's not. Gus Forsling gets the goal. Bubba got absolutely run over, and somehow we ended up killing a penalty. Uh, this ain't gonna be easy. This ain't gonna be easy, but we came out looking good. That's the most important thing. Now, here comes the second period, and we all know the second period has been either our worst period or our best period of hockey just about every night, right? There have been very few inconsequential second periods. It's right there on the platter for us, guys. Get a couple more goals, right? Give me 3-0 after this. Washington looks a little shaky here, okay? They're missing Ovechkin. They don't seem to be playing inspired for Ovi hockey. I've been saying it. Washington's the team we could catch. Go out there and catch them. All right, so 4-1 Panthers after 2. I asked for 3-0. It's 4-1. I'll take it. 3-goal lead. And in fact, it was 3-0. We gave one back. And then I decided to lift until we could get one back. And I did. And then in my excitement, I celebrated. And now I've pulled something in my sternum. And it don't feel good. So it's not my heart. It's my I'm not dying. I'm okay. Don't worry about it. The point is, Panthers are winning 4-1. And unless we have a monumental collapse, we're going to be in a playoff position by the end of this game. Bubba. But I can't praise the goaltender during the game. You guys know that. Colin White on a pass from Anton Lundell. Talk about a pair of guys you would not expect to see on the ice at the same time. But they were. And it did happen. It was right after a sequence where Bob made a couple of ridiculous saves, sticks the puck out of the way, and down the ice back they come. I can't speak. Lundell with a beautiful pass right on Colin White's tape, and he does a little juke and a jive, and he goes backhanded, and we get the goal back, and it's 4-1. All right, that's enough of that. We'll save it for the post game. The Washington announcers did, however, mention that the Panthers have given up more third-period goals than any other NHL team. So, let's finish this. Yes! 3, 4, 5, 6! 2 points! 2! Oh, and they tried to really screw up my night because I live in Maryland, so I don't get the home feed for the Panthers. I can't even watch it on ESPN Plus, even though I pay. So I'm blocked out. I have to watch it on NBC Washington. I have to watch the Washington feed. Fine, whatever. I'm used to it. When Washington made it 4-2, the announcer said, "Goal!" And halfway through him saying goal, the entire station just went black. No, we're having technical difficulties, graphic, nothing. I'm flipping. All my other channels on that DirecTV are just fine. All the other center ice channels are just fine. Just NBC Sports Washington, gone. And then just as we finally get it back, they make it 4-3. And so I decided at that point I was going to lift weights until the complete end of the game, which I did, and my hands hurt, but I popped my sternum back into place, so that worked out. And we pick up a couple of empty net goals, right? Yeah, 5, 6, yes, that's 2. And, okay, all right. Looked at the standings with the stream. We are tied points-wise for the 8th seed. Now, if you want to get technical, games in hand and all of that, whatever, okay, not exactly technically. If the playoffs started today, we would not be in. But we're tied. We've crawled out of the hole in terms of points. Okay? That's big. That's because it was not a whole long time ago where we were at least 8 points out. Okay, we were at least 8 points out at some point, and now we're tied. Now there's games in hand issues. Okay, Buffalo, Detroit, and I'm not expecting Ottawa to catch us, but Buffalo, Detroit, and Ottawa all have 5 games in hand. So there's still work to be done. We still have to continue at this pace We're at the worst. We're winning 4, losing 1. Okay? We got the Predators Saturday. Make sure you're aware of the schedule. Saturday's at 2 o'clock. Okay? And Monday is at 1 o'clock because it's President's Day. So it's another one of those holiday Monday afternoon games. And then we don't have any games until Friday night. So make sure that you're aware of that. Wednesday night, I'm doing one of those Florida Panther fans get their say streams. Check the community posts because I'm going to give updates on the time and some other things that are happening there. But in terms of this game, first thing right off the bat, big ball Bubba. Big balls Bubba, okay? Let's just call it what it is, man. He made some ridiculous saves keeping us in this game. I'm not even remotely close blaming him for the third goal. I don't even mind that we gave it the third goal because Gustav Forsling was back on the ice. He had left. Some of us in the stream were a little bit concerned he was going to come back. I thought he came back, and Kyle said I was blind because that was Stahl. But then Forsling was on the ice, I know, because he was right in front when the puck went right between his legs into the goal on the third goal there after the referees decided to give the Capitals yet another power play that I can't complain about or say anything about because I missed the actual play because the screen was blank. You see what I'm saying? So, what else did we see? Again, Forsling out of his mind defensively. Barkov out of his mind defensively. Lundell really stepped up tonight. He really looked good. He got the empty net goal. He had the beautiful assist to Colin White. He was playing spectacularly defensively. These guys have it now. Okay? I'm not sitting here claiming we're going to win the cup, although I did predict we're going to win the cup. But in terms of Maurice's system, I think they finally have it through their thick skulls what they have to do. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a fan of the system. That's not what I'm saying. That's a separate issue. But in terms of playing what Maurice's system is, I think they finally got it down that basically they have to bust their ass defensively and run up and down and up and down and up and down the ice. And that's why on our back-to-backs this year we've looked like ass. Okay? It's part of the reason anyway. Okay. Stu and I would definitely be back in the morning. He's feeling better, so we're good to go there. What else did we see tonight? Somebody, was it Raven or Nerful asked me if I was going to do a video about what I think that the Panthers needed at the deadline. Anthony Duclair. That's what we need at the deadline. Past that, I've thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. And other than maybe making a minor, like today I was putzing around with the idea of Colin White for Nick Bugstad. But that's trifle. I don't think there's any difference to be made. If we get Duclair back, right, we're good. We're good. I mean, we don't have the assets to go get anybody that's really going to make a difference. I like the defense. Who do you want to take off the ice after all of this time? Who do you want to take off the ice? Nobody. Nobody, in my opinion, right? So the most that we could do is maybe look at getting somebody for the third line. But I think you roll with the team that we have. You get Duke back, you roll with the team we have. I don't see any real overwhelming need at this point in this season to be giving up assets to try to add to what we have. For Hagee, looked good tonight. He looked more engaged tonight. So did Kachuk. Even though he didn't get a goal, he looked more engaged tonight. So this is good, man. Look, I say it jokingly, but it's serious because I did it. I said we were going to get better as the season went on, and I said we were going to win the cup. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that they're doing it the way I said because I got damn near close in the first 20 games, but games 20 through 40, let's face it, they wasn't anywhere near what I said they were going to be, record-wise. But in terms of the overall arc, this is kind of what I thought was going to happen. They're going to get better and better and better as the season goes on. All I'm going to say is if this team makes the playoffs, I have more confidence in them winning than I did last year from the perspective of last year we were wondering if the running gun style would work, right? It's like, well, is this really going to carry us through? We figured we'd see, but we figured we had so much offensive firepower that it wouldn't matter. Now, first off, if we make the playoffs, we will have won like 20 of our last 25 games or something like that anyway. So we're going to be playing so out of our mind that if we hit the playoffs playing at that pace, we should be confident, right? And I don't care that it's Boston. You know what I mean? We match up okay against Boston. We've played well against them. So I'm not putting us in the playoffs. I'm not saying we're going to win the cup. But I think even I have to admit at this point, I got upset and wanted Maurice gone. I'm not saying I'm a huge fan of this system, but at this point, we're obviously going to see it out. We're going to, follow this through. Maurice is definitely going to be back next year. I don't think at this point, unless we completely was to just tank, that Zito's going to make any moves. So I'm not sitting here saying I love Maurice, but on the other hand, there's no sense in wasting any energy that way. He ain't going anywhere. So I'm just going to be positive and as confident as I can with the guys we have, the coach we have, and we'll see what happens. So, all right. Big, fat, juicy, just wonderful. Steak and eggs, 2 points. That's what my dinner was. My dinner was steak, eggs with onions and peppers and a bunch of sriracha sauce and Parmesan cheese melted on top. It's a beautiful thing. So, all right, Stu and I will be back in the morning. Then we will have the podcast. For those of you who are unaware, I do a 1-hour podcast every day, Monday through Friday. It is for YouTube members and Patreon supporters. Memberships start at $3 a month. Links are in the description. I have a good time doing that. I talk a lot. I have a story time with Jaws at the end of every podcast. There's a story from my life. I've put every once in a while. I'll put out one of the cuts from the podcast on the channel, so you guys can kind of get the idea of what that's all about. And we just keep on rolling. Saturday's going to be a little bit of a different day because it's afternoon. We'll still be here streaming, no problem. And then Sunday is off, and it's the first Sunday I've had off in a long time. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, Big Fat 2, beautiful, mwah, points.